Hi folks, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to part 2 of our caravan tinkering autumn and winter video. And today we're concentrating on the inside, and I've got a few tips to show you. Some you may already know, but we've got some clear vinegar, we've got some tin foil and a few household products, and we're going to be showing you a few things. Also, we're going to be winterizing the actual piping system and a few other little tips as well, including the cassette toilet. So let's get on with it. So the first thing we're going to talk about today is smelly pipes. Now, in a previous video I showed you how to do the drain system. That's in this tinkering video here. But today we're going to be talking about the pipes themselves that you use. Now, I made this a while ago. I've got a video, I'll leave a link to it. And it's a really good idea, but it does smell a little bit. Now, if you've not got these collapsible pipes from Collapse, then why not? Because they're a lot better than lugging that big flexible plastic pipe around with you. Plus, you can actually clean them. Now, if you buy these, you can get a special brush that comes with them. And to be honest with you, it's a nice thought, but it doesn't really work. What I'm going to show you today is how you can clean these out a lot quicker and easier using this, which is what we used to clean the solar panel underneath. It's a radiator brush. I'm going to be using it again. Now, what I'm going to be using as a cleaning product is I'm going to be using 40 Shot by Pro Shot. It's not a sponsor video. I like this stuff. It's really good, and we're going to be trying that out today. So you just take a measure like so, fill it to the top almost. Get yourself a nice clean bowl. I've got this bucket and we're going to pour that in like so. Just put that on one side, and we're going to take some warm water and just add it to the bucket. And you don't need to fill it up, so don't go mad. And then we're going to lay our pipes inside. Now, we're only going to do 2 at once because we've got to immerse them in the actual bucket, like so. So we're going to let them soak for a little while, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take our brush. I'm going to insert it down the pipe. Now, this may expand it, it doesn't matter. What you want to do is use it to clean them out, like so. That's going in nice and neatly there. We just want to twist it and clean it out. Oh yeah, you can see all the dirt coming out of that already. So that's one already. So I've got quite a few. So I'm going to get on with that off camera, and I'll come back to you in a minute. So I've cleaned all 7 of them that I have, and they're nice and clean now. I'm really happy with that. I'll show you the water in a moment, but first we're going to concentrate on this. Now, with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray some cleaning product down the actual pipe itself and then feed this through. Very simple, and it gets rid of most of the muck that's collected over a period of time. I suppose what you could actually do if you wanted was actually attach this to the Caravan, and when you were doing the drain system, you could actually use this as your pipe and then block it off at that end, and this would flush down and clean it as well. But today we're just showing you an alternative method. So what I'll do first of all is I'll get some cleaning product. Now, I like the Zaflora, so I'm going to spray that down here quite generously. I'm going to take the other end and do the same. Just give it a little bit of a run down. Then what we're going to do, we're going to take the pipe cleaner, or radiator brush as it is. I'm going to insert it in like so. Get as far down as you possibly can. Now, granted, this is not going to do it all, but it's going to get the majority of the muck out. I mean, you can see it's on my finger, it's filthy. So we're going to do the same on this end. Now if you can get a smaller brush, that's even better, but we're just going to do the outside bit like so, and same again on that, and then we're going to put it in the water and give it a bit of a rinse. Personally, I think you're better off using this when you've actually got it on the Caravan, so you can use it a little bit better, but that's just a little quick way of showing you. Right, let's take a look at our glorious water. So here it is. It's absolutely filthy, but that was all in them collapsed pipes mainly, and I'm really impressed with that. They're not going to stink throughout the cold season now, and they'll be ready to go for next season. Now if you're like me, you're not using your Caravan over the winter period, then one of the things I highly recommend, because it could save you a lot of money, is drain down the water that's still in the pipes. Now yes, the last time you went away you flick the switch and you let the water run out, but it doesn't completely drain. Now I've been using the Flow kit for since I bought the Caravan, so over 6 years, and it's never let me down. It does a really good job, and I'm going to show you very quickly how to use that today. Now it comes in a kit like this. Here's one I prepared earlier, and you get the actual adapter there for the Truma, and you get the air side of it to fit into here, and you even get a DVD still, which is unusual these days, to show you how to use it. Now if you've got a whale system, fear not, because you can buy this kit entirely like that, or if you've already got this one like I have, you can buy an adapter, which basically is like that, but it's for whale. Very simple. Now what I would recommend is you get yourself a digital air pump, because you can set the PSI. Now the PSI that it can take without causing any damage, this recommend is around about 15. I like to play a little bit more safer, and I use 14 PSI. So what I shall do now is show you how you're going to use this system, and we'll see how much water we get out of it. So the first thing we're going to do is switch off the actual drain tap so that it's in the closed position. Now what we're going to do is we're going to actually make sure that all our taps are closed. Now I like to do it in a sequence. You can do it either way you want, but personally what I like to do is I like to do the cold water first. So what I like to do is turn all the taps closed towards the actual cold position. Now we're going to start with the furthest tap, which is in our case is the one in the sink, and then we'll do the shower after that. So put a little bucket underneath. You could use a bowl if you wanted, but I've just cleaned everything in the Caravan, so everything's spotless, and I didn't want to use the washing up bowl after giving it a good clean. So that's why I'm using this little bucket. So now taking the Flow device, we're going to fit it inside here like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to connect our actual tyre inflator to the other end, switch it on, and like I said, this is set at 14 PSI. Okay, so there was already some air in it, so it didn't take long to fill up that. What we'll do now is we'll go to the rear tap and we'll open it up. So now we'll just switch the tap on. So I'm going to repeat that because I suspect there's even more water in the system, despite the fact that this drove all the way from Spain with the drain down tap open. But nonetheless, we'll have a go at it and keep continuing until we're happy with it. Now, you do the same each time for each tap, and also on hot and cold as well. So keep repeating until you're happy that there's no more water in the system, and that's how you use the Flow. It's very simple. I'll tell you what I'll do the rest now off camera, and then I'll show you how much water I actually got out of the system. Okay, so now I've finished bleeding all the system now, and this is how much water we actually managed to remove from it. Right. it would be a lot more, but my plug decided to just not work. So what we've got there is nearly half a bowl, half a sink should I say, of water. Probably a bit more had it have not spilt. However, my little bucket wasn't big enough, so I had to add this to it as well. So all that has come out to the pipes, so that is giving me the confidence to know that it's not going to freeze over the winter period. And I'm really pleased about that. Now, I've poured it into the sink basically because I've done my drain down with the drain cleaner again. I'll show you that, the result of it. I've shown you how to do it in a previous tinkering video, but this is basically just a little extra that I want to throw in. So I've been doing it again, cleaning out my drain. Let's see how we go. Oh yeah. Right, we'll let that finish. And while that's still weeing, shall we say, I shall get some kitchen roll. Now I'm just going to clean that while that's flowing, get rid of all that gunk on there. Now once you've finished doing this, if you choose to do it again, don't forget, put the covers back on it. You don't want any insects or anything like that climbing up your spout. You could also put your plugs in inside the Caravan as well, which I generally do. Let's take a look at this water now. Now, I did have a question a while back on a private message asking me about foul smell that this gentleman was getting from the shower area of his Caravan. Now, his Caravan is a 2024 model. Now, it could be one of a few things. Now, the first thing is this. It could actually be a smell directly from the drains, because what you've got in a Caravan is a straight through drain. There's no bottle trap like there is in your home. So the smell can back up through the pipe and go into the Caravan and up through the drain. And that is quite common. Another thing is this. If you don't clean out the pipes regular, now believe it or not, I did these just before we went to Spain, and we're now back and look at the state of it. Now, I have to admit, we do wash up in our Caravan. Some people prefer to use the pot wash, but we like to use the Caravan, especially when it's throwing down with rain. Now, the other things it could be is he could have a slightly loose drain in the shower tray that goes to the actual piping system underneath the van, and it could have come detached, so you could be getting a stale water smell. Likewise, it could be the actual seals around the shower as well. So I've asked him to check all them and see what it is. But my guess is really it's a back feed from the actual drain, that if he's using fully serviced pitches like I do. So we're down to the distilled vinegar. Now, as you can see, our shower head is looking a little bit grotty. So what we're going to do, we're going to actually, we're going to use the vinegar and some water to actually remove all this. And we may need a toothbrush as well. I'll have to dig mine out in a moment. But what I'm going to do is get this bag. Now, you need one that seals. I mean, you can get one with an elastic band if you want. But what we're going to do is we're going to put the shower head in like so. And then we're going to measure out about, just try that, we're going to have about 100 millilitres of vinegar in here. So we're going to pour that in like so, and then we're going to top it up with some fresh warm water. So we're going to put 300 millilitres of water in as well into the bag and mix it with the vinegar. Give it a shake up. We'll seal the bag first of all so I don't get it everywhere. So we've got the actual vinegar solution and the water in here, and we're going to leave this for a while. Now we may have to come in with the toothbrush like I said and give it a scrub, but we'll leave that for a while and I'll come back to it. So that's been sat in the water in the bag for quite a while. Now I don't understand why they suggest a bag, but it might have something to do with the air, but basically I've had it in there for a while and it's come nice and clean now. The holes look dirty, but they actually aren't. They're quite clean. It's just the way that it's been designed. And also the plastic chrome is looking a lot better too. Got rid of a lot of the grubbiness of it there. But if it still persists, just use a toothbrush like I said, and it should come up nice and clean. Now, if this doesn't work for you, what you can use is you can get some bicarbonate of soda and some warm water, mix it into a paste, apply it with a toothbrush and use that and scrub that on and then rinse off. So there are two methods you can use in order to get your shower nice and clean. Now the next thing we're going to take a look at is the one that probably everybody doesn't like doing, and that is cleaning the loo. So we're going to be cleaning the cassette today. Now it has had a brief clean before we set off because there's nothing worse than toying with a smelly cassette. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do it ready for winter. Now, what I like to do, remove the cover, open the trap, and then I like to use Milton. Now, other people use other products, but personally, I think this is great stuff. And I put 100 millilitres of Milton into there, like so, and then I top it up with hot water. Try not to do what I'm doing, which is splash. Now, make sure that this is to the top. For demonstration purposes, I've just half filled it. But you need to get it to the top. So once we filled it up with warm water, what we need to do now is close the trap, shut the cover up, and let it stand for about 24 hours if possible. You can get away with 12 hours, but I like to prefer 24. Now, after it's stood for 24 hours, we need to concentrate on something else. So let's give ourselves 24 hours now. So we've emptied it out now, and what we need to do is protect the rubber seal. Now, there's plenty of things on the market. They'll sell you a rubber seal spray and they'll sell you this, that and the other, but there are alternatives, and I've got a few here. So first of all, what we're going to do is open the trap, remove the cover. Now you can use, if you want to, silicone WD-40 and spray it around here. Personally, I think that's a flash in the pan. It'll last for so long and then it'll go away. You can use Vaseline as well, but personally what I like to use is a waterproof silicone grease, and this is what I use. So taking this, rub it onto your gloved finger and just smear this all the way around the actual rubber. Now, you don't have to put absolute loads on them, but you do need to make sure that it's covered on the inside as well as the outside as well, like so. And that's good for the winter and also the next season as well. Close it back up and put your cover slide back on, and it's ready to go either back in the caravan if that's where you want to store it in its a normal compartment, or you can store it in the garage or loft, wherever you wish to choose. This is the shower rail in the caravan, and as you can see, it's rather rusty, which means it's not stainless steel, and secondly, it's never seen chrome in its life. So what we're going to try and do is use some tin foil to rub on it and see if we can get some of that rust off. So let's give it a whirl now. Well, it seems to be doing its job. What I'll do is I'll just do it off camera and then I'll come back to you when I've finished. So there it is. Well, I am surprised. I honestly didn't think that'd work, but it has. It's brought most, if not all, of the rust in certain parts off. So I'm really pleased with that. I'm going to keep an eye on that, and if I need to do it again, we can sort it out again. Well folks, that concludes part 2 of our autumn and winter caravan tinkering videos. Now, I hope that you've got something from this and you can use it to help winterize your caravan. I do have a full winterizing video on the channel, which I'll leave a link to in the description below. But thank you very much for watching. I do hope you'll join us again. But in the meantime, bye for now.